Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Check, check.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief guest of the evening has just arrived. Let's give him a very warm welcome. The company is acknowledging the arrival of the chief guest and the police band is welcoming him by playing the fanfare. The chief guest, Shri M. Srinivas, Principal Chief Commissioner GST and Central Excise, is accompanied by Shri K.R. Uday Bhaskar, Principal ADG NASIN Chennai and his team to the dais.
மைக் மட்டும் ஆன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. அப்படியே விட்டுருங்க, மைக் ஆன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Respected Principal Commissioners, Commissioners, Additional Commissioners, Joint Commissioners, all other dignitaries present here, my dear trainee officers, their family members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome.
The Squadron Commander Shri S.K. Dileepan will now invite the chief guest to inspect the Guard of Honor.
Ordinary officers present, ready for inspection, sir. Just a minute. Open.
The Chief Guest, Shri M. Srinivas Sir, has inspected the trainee officers, and the course director, Shri S. Rajagopalan, is accompanying the Chief Guest back to his seat.
Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. O Lord, lead us from ignorance to truth, from darkness to light, and from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's start the function with a traditional lighting of the lamp. I request everyone to kindly rise, please. I invite the Chief Guest of the day, Shri M. Srinivas, Principal Chief Commissioner, Shri M.V.S. Chaudhary Sir, Shri K.R. Uday Bhaskar Sir, Shri Subramaniam Sir, and Shri Polusami Sir to do the honors, please.
Trador. Thank you.
All of you kindly remain standing for the prayer song, please. All of you kindly remain standing.
Thank you, sir. Kindly be seated. The parade will commence now. Marching past the saluting base is Shri S.K. Dileepan, Squadron Commander, leading the parade, followed by Platoon Commander Ms. Pooja Seth along with her platoon. Marching past the saluting base is the second platoon, led by Shri Kalakuntla Harshit Kumar.
Parade with advance! Left, turn! Parade! Open order! March! Parade! Central salute! Salute!
May I now request the Chief. May I now request K.R. Uday Bhaskar sir, Principal Additional Director General Nasim Chennai, to give his welcome address, please.
Good afternoon to all. Shri M. Srinivas, Municipal Chief Commissioner of Central Excise, CGST, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Zone. Shri M.V.S. Chaudhary, Chief Commissioner, Chennai Customs Zone. Dr. S. Subramanian sir, former Ombudsman of Indirect Taxes. Shri M. Pannuswamy sir, former Principal ADG, Nason. My colleague Commissioners, ADGs, Additional and Joint Commissioners, my Sahakarmis at Nason Chennai, Inspectors of CGST passing out today and their family members, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I extend a hearty welcome to all of you for this evening's function. We will be witnessing the passing out of 58 inspectors of CGST from Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Central Excise and CGST zone who were recruited in the recent past. They have undergone 14 weeks of induction training and will be joining the department with renewed vigor. Befittingly, this function has been graced by senior officers who have served the department with distinction in various coveted positions. Their presence on this occasion, I am sure, will inspire and invigorate these new entrants into the department. Sirs, we eagerly look forward to your advice and blessings to these young officers. In the last 14 weeks, the effort on the part of Nason has been to expose these officers to various facets of indirect tax laws. At this juncture, I would like to remind these young officers that their journey has just started and there is a long way to go. Taxation is an ever-evolving jurisprudence and tax laws are quite complex. So there is a great need on the part of these young entrants to keep their eyes, ears and minds open all the time. The trade and industry will keep updating their practices to meet the challenges of the market requirements. Tax laws try to catch with these fast pacing advances by new interventions, instructions and interpretations. Thus, a discerning taxman has always a great challenge laid out before him or her at all times. Every day offers a new things to learn. I sincerely hope that all these new entrants will live up to the challenges of their job in days to come. I wish all these new inspectors of CGST a great career ahead and all the best. Once again, I extend a hearty welcome to all the dignitaries who have graced this event. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Team Nasim Chennai expresses its gratitude and respect to our chief guests and to the dignitaries for their august presence today. I request Sri Uday Bhaskar sir, Principal ADG Nasim Chennai, to felicitate them with a memento as a token of our love and affection. Principal ADG Nasim is now presenting memento to Sri M. Srinivas, Principal Chief Commissioner, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry.
Sir, mask.
Our ADG is now presenting a memento to Shri MBS Chaudhary, Chief Commissioner, Customs, Genesu. Our ADG is now presenting a memento to Dr. S. Subramanian, Chief Commissioner, retired. Next, sir is presenting a memento to Sri M. Ponusami, Principal Additional Director General, Nasim, retired. Next, our Principal Additional Director General is presenting a memento to Sri Shivakumar, Deputy Director, Tamil Nadu Police Academy.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the report of the Post Director. I request Sri S. Rajagopalan, Assistant Director and Post Director, to give his report, please.
Respected Principal Chief Commissioner of GST and Central Excise, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry Zone, the Chief Commissioner of Customs Chennai, retired Chief Commissioner of Customs and Central Excise, Dr. Sri Subramanian sir, retired Principal Additional Director General, Nation Chennai, Sri Ponusami sir, Principal Commissioners, and the Deputy Director from Tamil Nadu Police Academy, Sri Shivakumar sir, Additional Commissioners, Joint Commissioners, family members of the trainee officers and colleagues. Good evening to all. It is indeed a privilege for me to deliver this report in the presence of this distinguished audience. I thank NSM Chennai and particularly my Principal Additional Director General and my previous Additional Director General for giving me this opportunity as well as providing me with an excellent team of officers to carry out the task. 58 recently joined inspectors of Central Goods and Services Tax of Tamil Nadu and the Puducherry zone were nominated by the zone for undergoing induction training, and their 14 weeks of induction course commenced on 26/2022. On the receipt of nominations, the immediate task of nation was to frame the content of the course towards the overall skill enhancement of the trainees to emerge as successful officers, besides managing the personal welfare and the balancing of the two, keeping in view the diverse roles the officers will have depending upon their deployment. The course was designed in such a way to impart knowledge to them on central excise, GST and customs. To take care of the need to deal with the legacy issues, adequate coverage was given to service tax also. Importance to each of the law was given on a proportionate scale. Apart from this, training sessions were held on special laws, namely Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, Intellectual Property, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Also, as the officers need to handle issues on these acts when deployed in field formations. Adequate sessions were allotted for training the officers on imparting knowledge on administration and establishment matters and the financial rules. Training program started from familiarizing the officers with the organizational structure and the historical background of introduction of goods and services tax before moving into the sessions on specific laws. In keeping with the objective of playing the role of facilitators to business, sessions were held on the role of officers in the present day context, sensitivity towards taxpayers, attitudinal and behavioral changes required to suit the present day needs and their communication skills. For grooming the officers as men of integrity and good behavior, training was imparted on ethics, gender sensitization, etiquette and on presenting themselves while on being duty. Further, sessions were also arranged on preventive vigilance. As the verification of complaints has been record-based, sessions on accounting starting from the original entry to final accounts, reading and understanding of financial statements were arranged. Presently, we are working paperless. Hence, training was imparted on e-office, MS Excel, MS Access, GST backend application, data warehousing and data analytics. On management of workload and avoidance of stress, training was given on time management, goal setting, etc. To give the participants hands-on experience, visit to airports, CFS and manufacturing units were arranged. For maintenance of physical fitness and for gaining knowledge over law and procedure relating to arrest, remand and prosecution, and for handling and maintenance of firearms, 2 weeks training program was arranged at the Tamil Nadu Police Academy, who are our partners in the training program. Training on learning of Tamil and Hindi for candidates not knowing the respective languages were arranged by adding a special session each day. This was enthusiastically received by the trainees. Towards the welfare of the officers, sessions on work-life balance, maintenance of good health by following healthy food habits, available remedy and alternate medicines, naturopathy, etc. were arranged. Every effort was made to offer a comprehensive package of training to the officers. Professionals were engaged as guest faculty for handling special topics. In-house and departmental officers together handled majority of the sessions. Adequate flexibility was maintained in coverage of topics so as to make the program dynamic and objective. The entire program consisted of 309 sessions of 75 minutes each. Periodic evaluation of trainee officers was done and each trainee officer made a PowerPoint presentation on specific subjects. The participants were enthusiastic and interactive and were keen on acquiring knowledge throughout the training session. With this, I conclude my report. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. It's time now for announcing and felicitating the batch toppers. They have been chosen based on their overall performance, taking into consideration the marks scored in 6 evaluations, the presentations made by them, their performance at the Tamil Nadu Police Academy, attendance, punctuality and discipline. May I now request the Chief Guest of the day, Shri M. Srinivas Sir, Principal Chief Commissioner GST and Central Excise, to kindly come on to the dais and do the honours, please. I request the Course Counsellor, Shri S. Subramaniam, Additional Assistant Director, to announce the batch toppers along with a brief introduction about them, followed by the translation in Hindi by Sumanjit Kaur, Superintendent, or Prabjot Kaur, Inspector.
Thank you. Batch topper, first prize goes to Sri Atul Sharma from Chennai South Commissionerate. I call upon him to come forward and receive his medal. Brief about Atul Sharma. Born to Srimati Rashma Sharma and Sri Yashan Sharma on 17th February 1993 at Sonepet. He did his schooling in DAV school, public school, graduated from Maharaja Agreshan Institute of Technology in the year 2015. He started his professional career as station controller in Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, and then he also served as tax assistant in IT department and subsequently joined our GST department on 12th November 2021.
श्री अतुल शर्मा का जन्म श्रीमती रश्मा शर्मा और श्री यशवंत शर्मा के घर 17 फरवरी 1993 को सोनीपत में हुआ। उन्होंने अपनी स्कूली शिक्षा डीएवी पब्लिक स्कूल में की। 2015 में महाराजा अग्रसेन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी से स्नातक किया। उन्होंने दिल्ली मेट्रो रेल कॉर्पोरेशन में स्टेशन नियंत्रक के रूप में अपने पेशेवर करियर की शुरुआत की और आयकर विभाग चेन्नई में कर सहायक के रूप में भी कार्य किया और उसके उपरांत 12 नवंबर 2021 को निरीक्षक के रूप में इस विभाग में शामिल हुए।
Now I call upon the batch topper. Second prize goes to Sri Abhishek from Madurai Commissionerate. Please come forward and receive his medal. Abhishek belongs to Madurai Commissionerate, born to Srimati Bharti and Shamsher Singh on 8th November 1994 at Sonepet. He did his schooling in Little Angels Senior Secondary School, graduated from the Technological Institute of Textile and Sciences in the year 2015. He joined this department on 24 September 2020.
श्री अभिषेक का जन्म श्रीमती भारती और श्री शमशेर सिंह के घर 8 नवंबर 1994 को सोनीपत हरियाणा में हुआ। उन्होंने अपनी स्कूली शिक्षा लिटिल एंजल सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल से की। वर्ष 2015 में द टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्सटाइल एंड साइंसेज से स्नातक किया। वह 24 सितंबर 2020 को इस विभाग में इंस्पेक्टर के रूप में शामिल हुए।
Yes. Batch topper, third prize goes to Sri Ranjit Kumar from Madurai Commissionerate. I call upon him to come forward and receive his medal from the chief guest. Sri Ranjit Kumar from Madurai GST Commissionerate, born to Srimati Mohana Valli and Sri N. Jayashankar at Kanchipuram on 16th September 1994. Finished his schooling in Anderson Higher Secondary School, graduated from Panimalai Institute of Technology in the year 2015. Initially worked in Infosys for nearly 5 years and joined our department on 12th November 2021.
श्री रंजीत कुमार का जन्म 16 सितंबर 1994 को कांचीपुरम में श्रीमती मोहना वल्ली और श्री एन जयशंकर के घर हुआ। उन्होंने एंडरसन हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल से अपनी स्कूली शिक्षा पूरी की और 2015 में पनीमर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी से स्नातक किया। उन्होंने लगभग 5 वर्ष तक इन्फोसिस में काम किया और 12 नवंबर 2021 में विभाग में शामिल हुए।
Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri MVS Chowdhury, Chief Commissioner, Chennai Customs Zone, to address the gathering, please.
Distinguished Sri M. Srinivas, Principal Chief Commissioner, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry CGST Zone, our most learned retired senior officers, Dr. S. Subramanian, retired as Ombudsman, and Sri Ponuswamy, retired Principal ADG, NASIN, Chennai, Sri Uday Bhaskar, Principal ADG, NASIN, Chennai, other senior officers, faculty from NASIN, officers, and my dear young officers. It gives me very great pleasure to be here this evening and witness this pass-out parade. I'm sure that you have gone through a very successful and very memorable training session, and I'm sure it has enhanced your skills, both your knowledge and confidence levels in tackling the responsibilities that lay ahead in your future assignments. I'm sure you are all aware that this department is a very technical department where knowledge is your power and strength. You need to keep updating yourself on the domain knowledge and the developments and the instructions that come from time to time. And your education doesn't end with the training in NASN. It is a continuous process, and you see so much development going on in terms of the domain knowledge. I'm sure you would be rising to the occasion and discharging your duties and responsibilities in all faithfully and in all sincerity. And please do value the principles of duty, devotion and discipline. Duty is the foremost, which you should consider it as your, almost like a devotion and discipline. And please do understand that discipline counts a lot in a department like this. I see that most of you have come from different parts of the country. Remember that you all have risen to this because of the tremendous sacrifices made by your parents and your kith and kin. Please do remember, and I know, and they'll always be happy to see you grow and prosper in the career that you have chosen. And ultimately, the end of any learning process is character. Maintain your character because you are far away from homes. Do remember that only your parents will be happy when they know that you are doing well and you have maintained good character in your job as well as in your individual and personal lives. At the end, I would also like to congratulate the officers and staff working in NASN who have taken every effort, put in all their time, trying to give you the best of training facilities, trying to get the best faculty and see that you are gone through a very successful training career. Thank you all. I once again thank NASN for giving me this opportunity to be here this evening. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. S. Subramaniam, Ombudsman retired, to speak a few words, please.
Good evening to Principal Chief Commissioner, Sri Pannusamy, my friend, senior colleagues, officers of NASN, and officers who have undergone training, induction course in this prestigious academy. I'm happy that you have undergone a training, successful training, both on theory, practice, and arms training to equip yourself to handle various aspects of work that demands the department. As rightly pointed out by Chaudhary, what you need is knowledge. Equally, you need discipline. You also need integrity, because this department is so vulnerable. It exposes you to all aspects of life. While working in the department, you will be tempted by various aspects. So, keeping in mind the revenue of the department, you should not compromise anything. The only thing is, you should aim for maximizing the revenue, collection of the revenue. At the same time, you should remember that you are working for the trade and industry. You should be trade friendly, help the people in whatever way possible. I want to mention, just while working as commissioner, additional commissioner or chief commissioner, I have always been accessible to the trade and industry. There was no need for any appointment to meet me to redress their grievances. That gave an opportunity for the trade and industry and the importers, exporters and the manufacturers to come and meet us, redress their problem amicably without any difficulty. So you have to learn to live a happy person. At the same time, you have to keep the trade and industry, your partners, happy. All the best.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Sri M. Pannusamy sir, Principal Additional Director General, NASN retired, to speak a few words, please.
respected Chief Commissioner of Tamil Nadu Puducherry Zone, Mr. Srinivas, the Chief Commissioner of Customs, Mr. Chaudhary, senior colleague Mr. Dr. Subramaniam, Mr. Uday Bhaskar, the Principal ADG, Nasan, and other senior colleagues. I think Mr. Ravindranath is there, Mr. Srinivas Nayak, Mr. Parthiban, Mr. Tirunavakarasu, and Mr. Immediate predecessor of Nasan, Principal ADG, Mr. Prasad, and Mr. Manikvel. All our senior officers are also present here. When you see all of them here, for me, Nasan, it is a homecoming. I joined the department in 1983 as a training officer, and I retired in 2015 as a training head in Chennai. So it gives me great pleasure and happiness to be always associated with the Nasan. When we started this practice, sometimes in 2013, we started in a small way. Every year they kept improving it. In between, there was some gap. I think subsequently Mr. Prasad has taken it up and revived it. And I'm very happy Mr. Uday Bhaskar is continuing that practice of organizing this program. And every year, I think there are some innovative changes are taking place. I could see that the officers trainees are working very briskly. And the lady officers are performing far better than the men folk here. I congratulate and complimenting them. Their walk and the style is very great. And all of you also have done an excellent job. And I think I must compliment the Deputy Director Academy for imparting that good physical training. As I said, every time things are getting better and bigger. Mr. Prasad has introduced a new concept of some sort of a small, beautiful flower plots, etc. And the training also, I could see that gloves are being put in the hands, which is very, very attractive and it looks very nice. And I think every year, furthermore, additions of colorful things can be added so that the officers feel very happy about it. In fact, I said things are better. The Uday Bhaskar introduced a very bigger memento to all of us. As a great innovation, we feel happy about it. At least we'll go and keep it in our cupboard. So thank you very much. You joined the department in a very important department. Every moment is very precious. The passing out day moment is most precious for all of you who are going to be remain in the department. Cherish this moment. Continue the good values taught by the academy, and I'm sure, like all the senior officers, district officers sitting here, you will also excel in your life and career. Wish you very all the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for those encouraging words. May I now request the Chief Guest of the Day, Shri M. Srinivas, Principal Chief Commissioner, GST and Central Excise, Chennai Zone, to deliver his address, please.
My dear colleague Shri M.V.S. Chaudhary, Chief Commissioner Customs, Shri Uday Bhaskar, Principal ADG Nasin, senior retired officers, serving officers, the trainees, their family members, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a privilege to me to be a part of this passing out parade. I'm sure this is a moment which you will cherish, remember all through your life, as Sri Ponuswamiji mentioned. Friends, I am really impressed with the officers in uniform, and when we were trained, I can definitely say that our standards and the etiquette and the expression, the kind of march we performed, I still remember, which was far, far inferior. And I really appreciate all the participants for their sincere effort in learning the uniform etiquette and the march past the method. And I compliment Mr. Sivakumar, the Deputy Director of the Tamil Nadu Police Training Institute, for imparting such an excellent training. Perhaps you are aware that when GST was being commenced, there was a thought whether we should have uniform, whether we should continue uniform to our officers. And it was a unanimous decision that we should continue. despite the thoughts otherwise. And in fact, it was the staff associations which insisted that we should continue with the uniform. The reason is it gives an identity and a sense of pride. And you will stand out wherever you are in uniform, and it also ensures that you behave in a disciplined manner. In a lighter manner, I am sure your uniform will also remind you occasionally when you wear that you should maintain yourself physically fit. Leaving that apart, and I saw the curriculum is very well covered, covering all aspects of the functioning of the department, and I'm sure it must have given a bird's eye view. The training in this 14 weeks, I'm sure, should have given only a kind of orientation, and no one can claim that you are confident with the subject in which you are given the inputs. And in the field now, you know what to look for, which book to refer to, and further implement the law. In fact, because of the deployment in divergent fields, I am sure most of you will work in all of you will work in different sections and the offices where you need to perform different jobs. And the demand for the knowledge and the skills are different in different sections. You cannot be a master of everything, but you should be familiar with what you are doing. And I wish all of you at least should focus on the items of work, the relevant provisions of the law, the relevant instructions, the judicial precedences, etc. related to the job which you perform, so that you definitely know what you are doing, and knowingly you will not commit a mistake. And over a period, I am sure you will acquire better skills, more confidence, better experience, so that you can be a guide to others. In fact, when we joined fresh from the academy, it was the inspectors and superintendents who taught us. In the academy, what we received inputs were merely a orientation as you got now. And in the field, we learned from seniors and also subordinates. Likewise, I expect all of you to never hesitate in asking any question to your subordinate, or your maybe freshly joined or maybe junior in your seniority. Many of your juniors have already underwent training and they are in the field. I understand this batch covers the CGLE 18-19 or 17-18, a mix of them. Soon your juniors of CGLE 19 are joining, and we are planning to cover all the other officers who missed out along with the fresh batch. This induction course you will cherish all through and keep the material and keep referring to and upgrade your knowledge so that you will be proficient. And as rightly mentioned by Mr. M.V. Chaudhary, our service is highly technical in nature, and you have to certainly upgrade your knowledge almost every year, if not every month. Whenever the budget is introduced, there will be changes. You need to know what are the changes relevant to your job and update your knowledge so that you will be relevant to the context. And I'm also happy that you have been imparted the training on e-office, the paperless working, which is one of the very few departments we have paperless working. And most of you, I understand, have computer background, and I'm definitely confident that you will be comfortable in handling the paperless working on e-office platform. And one more important aspect which comes to my mind is that since many of you are from the locations where Tamil is not the mother tongue, you need to know the vernacular language if you have to be effective. Of course, learning the vernacular language is absolutely optional, And I was told that that is one of the subjects imparted in this training curriculum. And as a small effort, we also introduced at the zonal level a WhatsApp group for teaching Tamil, few words and sentences on a daily basis. And whoever is interested to learn Tamil, I wish they opt to join that group so that you can keep learning few words, and over a period you can be at least knowing the knowledge, the language to the extent that you are able to converse and understand what the other person, the local man, says who cannot understand your language or English. At times, when you are deployed to certain sections like anti-evasion, you may be compelled to know the language, because you will be forced to draw the mahjar in the local language when the other person do not know English or Hindi. Therefore, I urge all the participants to consider learning Tamil, which is definitely optional, and learning a language is definitely an asset. My best compliments to the 3 officers who are awarded the medals for their excellent performance. I'm sure many of you are equally competent, and the fact that only the 3 people can be given 1, 2, 3 doesn't mean that others are not capable. And all of you, I am confident that you will prove yourself in the field, and I wish all the best to you, and my best compliments to NASIN for organizing a wonderful passing out parade. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those words of motivation. May now request our Principal ADG, Shri K.R. Udaybhaskar sir, to honor the trainer and the band members of the Tamil Nadu Special Police Force, Avadi. First, I call upon Trainer S.I. Dharmalingam. Please come forward, sir. Trainer S.I. M. Dharmalingam. Trainer Naik S. Sukumar. Havildar Vasant Kumar. Havildar Haridas. Naik Shri Chandrasekhar. Naik Shri Ayyappan. PC Shri Dharmaraj. PC Shri Rajashekar. PC Shri Nelson Babu. PC Shri Natarajan. PC Shri Francis. PC Shri Gopi. PC Shri Sendelvel. PC Shri Sridhar. PC Shri Tanikachalam. Thank you, sir.
May I now request our Joint Director Shri K. Arun Prasad sir to propose a vote of thanks, please. Our Joint Director Shri K. Arun Prasad will now propose a vote of thanks.
Vanakkam and good evening all. Nandri marapadu nandrendu, nandraladu andre marapadu nandru. So it's a Thirukural and it means that it is not good to forget a benefit as well as it is good to forget an injury even in the very moment at which it is inflicted. So with this, I'm very much delighted to be here to propose this vote of thanks on behalf of National Academy of Customs and Indirect Tax and Narcotics, which is culminating the passing out parade of CGST officers of Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry after 14 weeks of induction training, which is covering the CGST acts and other allied acts and topics, and along with the arms and ammunition training and physical training at TNPA. At first, I am very much thankful to Dr. S. Subramaniam, the retired Ombudsman Indirect Tax Chennai, for gracing this occasion and for the words of encouragement to these young officers. And I am also thankful to Mr. Polnuswamy, the retired Additional Director General, NASAN Chennai, for gracing this occasion and the inspirational words given to these young officers of CGST. And I'm very much grateful to the Chief Commissioner of Customs, Sri MVS Chaudhary sir, for accepting our request and being with us today. And we are very much thankful to you for your stimulating words for these young officers, sir. And I'm also very much thank you and appreciative to the Principal Chief Commissioner of CGST and Central Excise, Sri Srinivas sir, for accepting our request and to be the chief guest of today's event, despite the hectic work. And my sincere gratitude to him for being with us today and with his words of wisdom and felicitating the toppers of this officers' trainees. In addition to that, I am also thankful to the principal commissioners and the commissioners, Sri M.M. Parthiban sir, the Ravindranath sir, and Srinivas Nayak sir, Trinavkarasu sir, Tamal Valavan sir, and Manikavel sir for gracing this occasion despite their hectic schedule and providing the faculty support during the entire 14 weeks of this training and facilities for the field attachments and practical trainings in the seaport, airports, as well as the CFS, etc. And I am very much thankful to all the faculty members who have been come all this in the entire 14 weeks, which includes retired and working officers CBIC and specialists and experts faculties in the fields of yoga, physical fitness, and other allied acts and the language courses for the faculty support and the technical contributions in the successful completion of this training program. And I'm very much thankful to Sri K.S.S.V. Prasad sir, the former ADG NASAN Chennai, for his guidance and support during the design of this training program and of course the major portion of this training. And my sincere thanks to my principal ADG, Sri Uday Bhaskar sir, for the support and guidance of the team NASAN for successfully concluding this passing out parade and his welcome address for giving the valuable advice to the CGST officers. I'm thankful to all the Joint Commissioners, Additional Commissioners of Customs, CGST, for attending this function and helping and arranging the field and practical trainings in the last 14 weeks. I place my sincere gratitude towards the Government of Tamil Nadu and the officers, staffs of Tamil Nadu Police Academy and especially Dr. Shivakumar for providing the 2 weeks of arms and ammunition training, the physical fitness and other allied police training activities at TNPA campus, Chennai. And I place my sincere gratitude to the Tamil Nadu Special Police Regimental Center, Avadi, for providing the trainers and the police band for this function and training the CGST officers for the last 1 week. And I'm thankful to the CPWD for the support of this support to use this ground for today's function. And my colleagues, I am very much thankful to Sri Rajagopalan, the course director of this course, and Srimati Suganya and Subramaniam, and Mr. Shanmugam, Mr. Deena Dayalan, the other course counselors for the excellent planning and preparation of the course schedule and the training material and identifying the best faculties and organizing and conducting these 14 weeks of training, including many practical sessions with the support of officers and the staffs of Team NASAN Chennai. And my sincere thanks to Mr. B.P. Hari, Ms. Sumanjit Meena, Ms. Dakshineshwaran, Mr. Mageshwaran, Ms. Tara, and Ms. Subbalakshmi, Prabjot Kaur, Mala, and Ms. Vijayalakshmi for their invaluable support in successful conduct of this event today. And I compliment all the 58 trainee officers for their active and enthusiastic participation in the last 14 weeks. And I'm also thankful to the parents and family members of the officers for attending this passing out ceremony. And I'm thankful to all the support staffs and the canteen persons who made the arrangements for the stage setup and the speaker systems and the refreshments today. Finally, I'm thankful to all the officers and staffs of Team NASAN Chennai and all other officers and staffs of CGST and Customs for the direct and indirect contributions for the successful completion of this 14 weeks of this induction training program. Thank you. Nandri.
Thank you, sir. May I request our chief guest to kindly come on to the dais to enable the parade commander to seek the permission to march out, please.
Attention! Salute! opening marks of the parade, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Move to the right entries. Right, turn. Right. On the left. Right, march.
The trainee officers will now march to the side of the ground.
With this, we have come to the end of the program. Let's all stand up for the national anthem, please. High tea for the dignitaries has been arranged at the right end of the Shamiana. I request all to kindly partake at the same. Thank you. The squad can now fall out and disperse.
Gun schedule and program is a lot of improvement in the flow of this thing. I compliment this speaker. This a lot of improvement when we not rudimentary fellows. Wonderful. Exactly. That's what I was watching. Good. I'm very happy to be. I wanted to comment. Going on. Then I thought I was one side, bring you up and just like that. I just wanted to meet you. Anytime, welcome.
Thank you.